We as business owners are so much in love with our product that we want to talk so much about our product, trying to tell too many things into one story. But don't keep on putting facts, figures and statistics into your stories. When you are crafting your stories, there are certain mistakes that you do. There are certain stories that make mistakes and they don't resonate with the customers. The mistakes that is done during storytelling is one, trying to tell too many things into one story. Like if you're telling a story, stick to one point, one emotion, one USP, just one thing. Don't put too many things. That confuses your customer and he gets disengaged. Then your story will not resonate. Second is, you put too many of action figures into your story. The story becomes too dry. There's no emotions in it. Try and build a lot of emotions and not too many of facts. Use one fact and use that emotion along with the fact. Or use one statistics and use emotions along with that statistics. But don't keep on putting facts, figures and statistics into your stories. Facts tells, but story sells. So your story should have emotions that can sell and not just facts and figures. We as business owners are so much in love with our product that we want to talk so much about our product. And when a story is all about your product, all about my product, my business, my this, where is your customer in it here? Why should he be interested? Why should he be interested in knowing about your product, your services? He's interested in knowing what is your product and service can do for him. So if your story talks only about your product, your services and does not involve the customer in it, that story is going to fall flat because there is nothing for the customer to hear in it. Why should he be interested unless until you tell him that your product, your service is going to benefit him? Only when he hears that what is the benefit for him, what is it in it for him, that he'll be interested in your story. Others, he's going to just listen and forget about it because okay, yeah, you have a product, you have a service, thank you. But if you say, boss, this is going to help you, and in what way, then he's going to be interested, he's going to remember. After all, it's not necessary that when you tell the story, you may need it, but if you tell that this can help you in this way, when he needs it, he'll come back to you. Another big mistake is that you tell stories, but you tell different stories on different platforms. The story should be same in all platforms. That means there should be one main story and along with that there should be different stories in it. But if the whole aspect is different, then the customers will start wondering, अरे भाई ये क्या बोल रहा है? वहाँ पर कुछ बोल रहा है, यहाँ पर कुछ बोल रहा है. ये मेरे लिए या कुछ पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है. So have your story similar among all platforms. That there should be one fundamental story and then along with it weave different stories. Others, it's going to be difficult for the customer to understand what you are actually doing, what are the benefits that you're going to give to him. Another big mistake is using a lot of complex words, using a lot of jargons. This doesn't help the customer. The customer may not know this jargon, they may not know these words. Use simple words which are common, which even your grandmother can understand. Because if your story your grandmother cannot understand, your customer will not understand. It should be that simple that your grandmother should understand what you're doing. Or your kids should understand. But today the kids are much smarter. That is why I'm using grandmother and I'm not using kids. Because at least the grandmother understands it is good enough. Then your story will stand. Now when you're crafting and you're crafting all the stories, there'll be a kind of अरे मैं करना चाहिए नहीं करना, should I do it or should I not do it? There'll be a lot of things that may distract you, may think, nay, I won't not do, and some of them are myths. So let me take you to some myths that business storytelling has. The biggest myth is that storytelling is only for big brands. Come on, if it is only for big brands, how will the newcomers become big brands? By storytelling. Look at Urban Clap. They told you stories and today they become a brand. Look at Zomato. What were they when they entered? Who knew Zomato? But they told you stories and that is why you got engaged with Zomato. You buy from Zomato. So there are so many other small brands that have told stories and today they have become big brands. So why not make your brand also big? Start telling stories. Build beautiful stories of your origin, beautiful stories about what your product can do. Don't go with these myths. Like once you have said a story, you think it is done. That's not it. Customers will not remember it. You have to keep building new stories. Look at Cadbury, how they kept changing their stories. Look at Quality Walls, how they kept changing their stories. Look at Apple, how they kept changing their stories. There was one thing that was common, and then between that there were different stories that they told you about how their product can benefit you. So it's not just one story and you're done. You have to make a lot of stories so that the customer can understand your benefits. So don't go by these myths. Business storytelling is important even for small brands, and by business storytelling you can become a big brand. So if today you are in a position where your brand is not recognized, use business storytelling. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you found value and you think you need to hear more of this, please subscribe to this channel. You will get more important information of business storytelling. And I would also love to hear from you. What was that one good thing that you liked from this video? What is that one takeaway that you're taking from this video? Please hit the like button, subscribe, and put a comment about what you like the best. Thank you.